What's up guys, Neil Raider here with another top video showing you the #1 overlooked reason on why a lot of people stay obese and stay overweight and never manage to get that weight off. So definitely make sure to stay tuned because I'm gonna show you how you can create a lifestyle of staying in shape, baby. Alright guys, so the #1 reason on why a lot of people don't see results and why a lot of people stay overweight for their entire life and always seem to try but never seem to really lose the weight and to really create the results for themselves that they want. And I know a lot of you guys, maybe you're watching right now and you already tried ketogenic diets, you already tried fasting, you already tried working out 6 times a week, you tried everything, and for some kind of a reason it never really seems to work and you never really seem to stick to the process, stick to the program and really make it happen and get your end result that you're working so hard for. And this video is exactly about that. This video is exactly about finding the reason on why you, for some weird reason, can see success in the gym. And I'm going to explain you exactly why that is. Alright, so check this out here. I've drawn a house here. That's a house. Don't give so much attention to my art skills. So here we got the house, right? And when it comes to building your fitness, when it comes to getting in shape or to staying in shape and creating a body, creating a physique, you got 4 different pillars, right? And probably you've already heard that. You got, first of all, you got the exercise, the training. Then second of all, you got the nutrition, what you put into your body. Then third of all, you got the sleep, the rest, and the recovery. On how much you rest, how much you give your muscles and body basically time to recover. And then fourth of all, you got the mindset, you got the motivation, you got your drive of going to the gym, and you got your sense of purpose and sense of goal inside of your mind. So basically mindset. So when you got all those four areas covered and you do it the right way, normally you should definitely see results in the gym. But there are actually a lot of people that really combine all of those different pillars. They combine it, they do it for a certain amount of time, but every time they try it, after a couple months go by, after a couple weeks go by, they see themselves slacking off and actually losing their drive, losing their motivation, basically losing their mindset. And with losing the mindset, the training and the nutrition goes out of the window, and probably also the sleep goes out of the window, and you gain all of that weight that you worked so hard for back, and you go back to default, or you even gain more and you go back to a more horrific state than you've actually been in before. And all of that, oh, I'm going to make it right now, being so motivated at the start, being so driven at the start, putting all the 4 pillars in place, so seeing the first results and then sabotaging yourself and going back to default has one simple trigger. And that simple trigger is what most people overlook, and that's the base on which the house is built on. And that base on which the house is built on is called identity. That base is called identity. What your subconscious internal beliefs are. And as long as you don't fix that identity, when a storm comes and your house is built on a weak foundation, the storm will blow your house away and there will be nothing but destroyed structures, and you're gonna crumble and your whole house is going to fall down and fall into pieces, and you're going to just destroy all your process. And that's the identity. So that means as long as you don't fix your identity before you actually start to embark on your journey, you will always always sabotage yourself back to default, and you will never ever have the opportunity to really see success for you in your life. So let me tell you a little bit more about identity. So identity, what is identity? Basically what identity is the way you see yourself subconsciously and the way you really believe you are. Meaning, if you say to yourself for 30, for 40, for 50 years that you're the obese guy, that you're the obese girl, and even though you make it funny and you say, yeah, I'm that little fluffy girl, I'm that little fluffy guy, your brain believes it, you identify with it, and the last thing your brain wants to do is to move away from its identity, because that's the spot where your brain feels the most comfortable. Now what happens with a lot of obese people is they decide they want to change because consciously they know it. Consciously they know, I want to have more confidence, I want to change, and I want to move from being obese to being fit and being more healthy and enjoying life with my kids and whatever your goals are, right? Consciously you know it. Subconsciously you don't want to change, and that's the problem here. Because if you look at your identity, you gotta look at it as a tree. Yeah, you want to look at your identity as a tree, right? And that tree has roots, meaning that tree has roots which are your values, for example, your values, your beliefs, how you talk to yourself, right? And through those roots, the longer you actually carry that around with you and the longer you hold that identity, the deeper the roots go and the stronger they are. That means right now you stay around your tree. Your whole life, right, is basically based around that tree, and you stay around that tree, and while you're staying around that tree, you subconsciously feel good. But consciously you know that's the wrong thing to do. And now what happens is when you try to move away from that tree, it's like you have a rubber band around your waist, and the more you try to move towards that goal you have, being fit for example, the more you move towards your goal, the stronger that rubber band will try to move you back and try to move you back to default. And you see it a lot of times. A lot of people want to lose weight. They really try. They give everything they have, and then for some reason something comes up. They become sick all of a sudden. They talk themselves out of it, and they go back to default, and they go back to what they believe they actually deserve and what their identity is. So how do you change that, guys? How do you make sure that you don't sabotage yourself and that you don't always go back to default? That's before you do anything, before you start any diet, before you start any new program, before you start any exercise, before you start any weird stuff that is out there. You gotta make sure that your identity is in check, because otherwise what's going to happen 100% is you're going to sabotage yourself and you're going to go back to default every single time. Now let me explain how you change it. So how do you change that? How do you stop yourself from sabotaging yourself every single time? And how do you adapt something new so you can make sure moving forward your mind is set and you will actually 100% achieve your goal if you just stick to the principles. So first of all, what you gotta do is you have to create a new identity for yourself. That means sit down for an hour, for 2 hours, really take your time and think about, who do I want to be? How do I want to act? How do I want to look? How do I want to treat other people? What do I want to do on a daily basis in order to make consistent steps towards my goal? And then you write it down, and what you write down is really a new identity, a complete new identity of a person who you want, that you want to be, and how you want to act basically. And you write it down on a piece of paper. Really take your time with that, and you're going to pin it on your wall. You're going to read it every single day, so you make sure that that identity is set in your mind so it can replace the old one. The second thing you gotta do is you gotta make sure that you reinforce the new identity. That means whenever you have something coming up, little small successes, doesn't matter what it is, you just overemphasize them in order to reinforce the new identity, in order to show your subconscious mind that, hey, I'm really that person, I'm making steps towards it, and I am really that guy or that girl that kicks ass. I'm really that guy that is fit. I'm really that guy that moves toward whatever is in front of him and just crushes it. That's the mentality you gotta reinforce. Now, whenever you have a small success going on in your life, you just overemphasize it and you just feel it. You just feel it, every single success, and you reprogram your beliefs like that. So moving forward, you will always be reminded of that good feeling, and you will show your mind that it's really true, that you are that identity. Third reason is you always act as if, meaning once you've written down your identity, whatever challenge comes up, always ask yourself, how would my new identity act? And then you do exactly that. It will feel horrible at the start, it will feel massively uncomfortable, but the more you overcome those situations, the faster you're going to adapt that new identity and you're going to act like you ever wanted to act. So always act as if, and be aware of your bad identity creeping in, because you will always feel uncomfortable if you make a change, if you make a true change in who you are. So be aware that your old self will creep in and will try to bring you back to default. Always ignore it and start to immediately think about something positive that your new identity would do and start reinforcing it even more. So that being said, guys, make sure to change your identity. Now you know why you've been stuck for all your time. It's probably not because of your workouts, it's probably not because of your diet. Maybe it is, and I can't have a look at them, right? But that's a huge factor. If you don't have your identity in check, man, it will always try to move you back, and it will be so much harder or even impossible to actually reach your goals. So I hope I could deliver massive amounts of value to you. If you liked it, make sure to smash that subscribe button and to smash that like button and to ring that notification bell so you never miss another video again. Also, if you watched until the end, I would really appreciate it if you leave a comment down below saying that you did so you support me with the YouTube algorithm, and that video goes in front of a lot more eyes and I can help a lot more people with it. Also, I got my clarity calls opened up right now, so if you want to talk one-on-one with me, where we see what you've done wrong in the past and what you need to change in order to go towards your goals as fast as possible, my clarity calls are opened up right now. I put the link down in the description if you want to do it. Make sure to book it right now, because I don't know how long I'm going to do those. Other than that, guys, winning. Keep it positive, and I'll talk to you in the next one.